Welcome to The Learning Curve, the show that takes you inside the Onslow County school system and highlights what makes our school community unique. Every month, we showcase our students, our teachers, and our staff, celebrating their talents and achievements. So join us now for The Learning Curve.
We're here at the CTE Showcase, and we're really excited to have about 1,900 8th graders here to see all of the programs that we have to offer students in Onslow County schools. We have everything from architecture to drafting. We're featuring our towers, automotive, construction, and STEM. We also have our firefighter kids here, and all of the kids are really excited to be here. They're learning a lot and getting ready for high school.
From Dixon High School. We're doing foods and nutrition right here, and I'm making cinnamon rolls into waffles, and they're having to learn things in order to get one, and it seems like they're enjoying it.
Today we are focusing on robotics and basically having a competition. Really, we're just trying to show the students how STEM can be applied to everyday things, and robotics is one of the modular learning labs that we have in STEM, so that the students can learn a little bit about everything. And we have construction with materials and the marshmallow lab.
What we're doing right now is we're letting the kids try on the SCBA, and a really cool thing that this class offers that not a lot of others do is it gives you certifications in being a firefighter. All the things that you would do in firefighting training, you do in this class.
So the students behind me are working with Play-Doh to teach our 8th graders how to create stop motion animation using Play-Doh, which is part of our multimedia and web page design class. In that class, students learn the basics of animation as well as the basics of HTML coding, which will lead into our computer programming classes that we have here in Onslow County.
We're here at the CTE Showcase, and we're representing the digital media classes from Swansboro High School. And in digital media, we work on the news, but what you're really going to focus on is video, audio, and graphics.
We have a 3D printer here, and we have a 3D pen, and we're building things. Like right now, we're building the Millennium Falcon, and it should be done in about 3 hours. And then we also have a drone that we're showing people and other electronics that we built in our classes.
We have our chicks here today to represent our animal science classes, where we bring in the different animals to look at their different anatomies, and we're also looking to build a barn to get more animals on campus.
We have over 165 students enrolled in our career and technical education courses, showcasing the skills and competencies learned. We're proud of all of our students and what's going on here today. We hope that we make an impact on students as they consider courses for registration for high school.
Richlands Elementary School for our 3rd grade very first Invention Convention. The students have been working really hard since December to create inventions that'll help our environment. We've been learning a lot about inventors and different types of inventions and our environment. We're so proud of our kids. They've put a lot of hard work into this at school and at home, and they have been so creative and have really persevered through this all.
I made a recycle box because I asked my mom if you could recycle the regular bins, and she said no. So I said, why not make a recycle box? And you can put recycle in it. And if it gets wet from the rain, you can recycle it. This is a squirrel house, and I made it because trees that you cut down, squirrels can live in those trees, and when you ruin those trees, the squirrels won't be able to live there anymore. So then I found a cut down tree and I added it all together and made a squirrel house. With me and my friend Jenny, we made a funnel and a cup out of a bottle of water. So whenever you get a drink from the store and you want to drink it, you don't spill it everywhere and it doesn't make a big mess. My project is a solar rover. It moves by electricity and the sun. I came up with this project because it will help stop air pollution. So this is called the flower of all our love. It kind of takes care of your plants for you when you're not around. Then you can let it have shade whenever it's kind of sunny out and it's probably getting too much light. Then you can give it light whenever it's shady out, or if you have an indoor plant. So what this is it's 4 reeds made out of water bubbles. Basically what it does, stuff grows faster whenever it has something to grow on. So you would basically just put this in the water where you would put it, where you would want squirrels to grow, and it would grow up here. So this is a demonstration. That water bottle right here, this one wouldn't work, but that one would because it sinks. It's a robot that I made so it can pick up metal or animals or anything that steps on it doesn't get hurt, and it picks up all like small metal pieces because there's a magnet on the bottom. Like you put it upside down and you hang it up upside down, and this is the baby side and this is this is the baby side, this is the grown up side, and then this is how it works. Like I hang it up on the tree, and when I open the tape up, they eat the birds because it's healthy for the earth because it's a part of Mother Nature. This is my invention. It's called the oil saver, and what it does is every time you have an empty oil like you just used, there's still a little bit of oil in it, and if you buy it and you throw it away, it's waste of oil, and sometimes it can go to our water, which can make our water bad so we can't drink it. So that's why I invented the oil saver, because it's not wasting oil. And if you have a bunch of empty oil cans at your house, they're not really empty. There's still some in there.
Well, this is a bird house. This is the bird house, and this is where they lay their eggs. And this is the feeder, and they stand right here, and the feed comes up. And like baby chicks, and or if they're like playing around, they could like land on these 2 perches or nails.
I invented a recycling bin that you can carry around.
We've had a day of thinking and excitement, and the kids are so passionate about what they have learned about the last 2 months. And today is the culmination of all of their hard work.
Recently, we just completed our Level 2 Modern Women of the World speech contest. The students have done fabulous jobs with this year's topic of hunger in America, and we had 20 elementary schools that competed in Level 2, and we also have all middle schools that have competed in Level 2 contest as well. As we move forward, each of the top 2 contestants from all 6 of the contests will move forward to participate in the regional state level 3 competition coming up. We're very proud of our students, and we look forward to hearing some great speeches again on May 9th.
Speech was how many people were suffering from hunger, and I learned that there are ways I can stop hunger and fight against it. The hardest part of this speech was putting all together and trying not to be nervous.
One thing I learned about my Hunger in America speech was lots of people go hungry, more people than I knew, and especially children. One thing that inspired me was the CHEW program, because my mom actually knows some stuff about the CHEW program, so she helped me a little bit with that.
I got ready for the speech. I got somebody to have the paper and tell me if I got some errors, and then I would practice that part over and over again.
The way I practiced was by telling it in front of my friends, family, and parents. My challenge was that I had to get over all these people in the room and just deal with it and go on.
For the speech contest, I worked on getting the emphasis in there because this is a really important subject that really does change lives. I learned that I have the ability to go to a competition that's out of my school, and I also really proved something to myself here. That was really important.
One strategy that helped me a lot, it may sound crazy, but if you practice in the mirror, you'll know how you look and what the judges will see.
To prepare for this, I practiced in front of both my grandparents and my parents and people at the school. I had to make sure I had it memorized, at least by the school competition, that way I could move on.
We're here at Clyde Irwin Elementary Magnet School today, celebrating elementary math counts. Today we had 70 or 80 of our elementary kids here, and they were competing against one another, but also collaborating with one another on a variety of math problems. The day started with a quick, fast-paced 30 questions that the kids had 40 minutes to solve, and that was an individual task. So they worked on that for those 40 minutes, and at the end of that, we switched over to the rest of the day, which is very team-oriented. So our second round was the application of math, and so they received 2 questions where they had to look and find the math within some real-world scenarios and then interpret that and put it into ways that can communicate with other people. Our third round was also team-oriented, and in that round, kids had 10 questions and 20 minutes, so they had to work quickly and decide who was strongest at which questions. That round wrapped up, and we moved then on to our ciphering round, which is very much like Jeopardy. And so in that round, the kids all sat down at their computers and they received 6 questions apiece. And the individuals who were able to answer the questions the quickest received the most points. And then everybody got a chance to answer the question using their computer. So today has been a great day. It's been a fast day. Our kids were amazing, both in their behavior and in what they showed us about what they understand about math. Perhaps the most exciting thing about this is that these are our 4th and 5th graders, so these really are the future of Onslow County schools and the future of Onslow County in this world in general. So we're excited that they're already invested in math, that they're already excited about math, and we're excited to see where they'll take us over these next few years.
Math counts has been a fun experience, and it's fun to work with my teammates, and like if I need help, then they'll just help me.
All right, so we're going to get to some awards, and Mr. Elder basically said this: all of you are here today because you are already winners, and I think that's the most important thing. You are here today because you think like mathematicians. You see things with numbers that unfortunately a lot of adults do not see, and I just urge you to use your mathematical strength and those positives to continue your quest through school, because the world is hoping for mathematicians like we saw in competition today. So just remember, you did a great job today. All of you leave us winners. And we just happen to have a few winners who are going to leave with a couple of trophies. How about that? Are you ready? Yeah. All right. Mr. Elder, team first. All right, here we go. Team competition for elementary math counts. In 3rd place, Carolina Forest Elementary. Second place, Jacksonville Commons Elementary. All right, first place in the team competition. Students, if we could have a little drum roll, please. Dixon Elementary. Third place in the team ciphering competition, Parkwood Elementary. Second place, team ciphering, Queens Creek Elementary. Team ciphering winners, Bell Fork Elementary. we do have some individual awards that we would like to give. Individual mathematicians who placed first, second, or third place today. And y'all, I want you to look around. There are a lot of mathematicians in the room today. All right? So here we go. Third place from Dixon Elementary, Murray Young. All right, let's see. Second place from Infinite Prague, Alexander Gobachan. First place out of all these mathletes. Students, drum roll please. From Belfork Elementary, Derek Zane.
Today at Blue Creek, we had our Science Day, and this evening we have Science Night. Our Science Day all stemmed from our Duke Energy grant. We had foot rockets, sky rockets. We also, just a little while ago, Skyped with a former Onslow County School White Oak Viking graduate, Christina Koch, and she is now a NASA astronaut, and she took the time out of her busy day to Skype with us.
Let's welcome astronaut Christina Cook.
Raise your hand if any of you have ever wanted to be an astronaut. Oh yeah, I see the hand.
How do you sleep on space?
Question was, how do we sleep in space? That's a great question. The most important thing about that makes it different is we don't have gravity, so we just float around. So if we went to sleep without something to help us, we would just float around and go to sleep. We might bump our heads. So there's special things, like in this picture behind me, that special sleeping bags that we can actually crawl into, and they keep us in one place while we sleep.
How do you know what time of day it is when you are in space?
Ooh, it's a good question. Well, how do you guys know what time it is? You probably look at the clock, or you might be able to tell if it's really early or really late because the sun's up or the sun's not up. If it's dark out, it might be nighttime. But you're right, in space, we're going around the Earth every single hour and a half. So the sun is rising and setting every 45 minutes. That means like one classroom length you have, we get a sunrise and then a sunset. So we mainly just pick a time and we coordinate that time with our team on the ground, and we all just pay attention to the clocks and we tell ourselves that's the time.
What do you eat in space?
Ooh. So, in space, because they have to send the food up a long time in advance, it has to be in a package like this. Now, I don't know about you, but this doesn't look all that appetizing. Kind of looks gross, actually, to me. But this is what salt and pepper looks like. It's in a bottle, if you can see that. It's kind of crazy. But the good news is, you take this and you stick. It's kind of like if your refrigerator has the water that comes out the front, you stick it on a little water dispenser, and the water can come in to this packet, and it makes it not look so gross. It looks like normal food after the water gets in there and takes a little time to cook it up, and then you eat it. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually green beans. I bet you guys love vegetables, right?
What do you do for fun, or do you just work all the time?
Well, we don't work all the time, but astronauts do work very hard, but it's also important to have downtime and to relax a little bit. So the astronauts do have the weekends off, and when they have weekends, oftentimes they spend time communicating with their friends and family back home that they miss, and also sometimes connecting with students such as yourselves and sharing the work that they're doing. And sometimes they have hobbies. So even though you can't go outside and play in the woods or anything like that, there are other hobbies you can have. Like you can make things like crafts, or you can take pictures out the window of Earth. So there's a lot of things they can do in their free time, but they don't have a ton of free time because they want to make sure that they use their time in space wise.
Can you shower in space?
Well, it's tough to know, but it turns out that when you don't have gravity, water doesn't just fall down and go down the drain. It turns into a blob and it just floats around like this. So imagine a room full of blobs of water floating everywhere. That would be very bad. So the answer is no. We can't take a regular shower in space, but we can use ways to obviously keep ourselves clean.
Can you contact your family by phone, email, or FaceTime in space?
You can, and that is really important. In the old days, it was much more difficult, but now we actually do have a way to call down from space on the regular phone. So you can actually receive a phone call from space on your cell phone.
My question is, what advice could you give students who want to enter the science technology field?
Absolutely. I would say that the most important thing is to keep questioning and exploring your world. Make sure that you're always looking out for creative ways to spend your time. You're having fun. You never go up to your mom and say, "Mom, I'm bored." You're always looking for new, fun, and exciting things to do that challenge you and make you think about how the world works. Maybe that's building something new. Maybe that's reading something new. Maybe that's talking to your teacher about what you're studying in school. And I think that if you really think about the world around you and get excited about what you love, then you'll find what part of science you really gravitate towards and where you want to take that science career.
As a school of scientific inquiry, these are days that make it extra special for the kids to pique their interest in the science activities.
That's all for this learning curve. If you'd like to learn more about the Onslow County School System, please visit our website. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook, or you can see this show and other programs about the Onslow County School System on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and join us again on The Learning Curve.